Now, first thing, like I told you in the last how-to, always turn the power off. So, I'm going to look at my basement, my breaker box here, and try to figure out which one that is. And I'm going to guess this one here because that's the second floor general lights and receptacles. So, I turn it off. We're going to go out upstairs, and we're going to check and see if that light's off now. Alright, guys, looks and cheers. So, when you hit that switch, nothing turns on. So, it's telling me that that circuit panel I turned off is dead. But we're going to always, remember what I told you before, just because you think it's off doesn't mean it's off. We got to double check it. So when I take this cover off, I'm going to show you guys my little ticker, how to determine if it's live or not. Alright guys, so like I told you before, first thing you want to do is, just because you think you have the power off in the breaker box, you don't know that. If you're not sure, like I said before, ask someone who's qualified or knows what to do with electrical work. But if you think you know what you want to do, take your ticker, make sure you run up all the terminals inside there. So my ticker's staying green, indicating that the power's off. Another thing you could use a multimeter to see if you have current by checking the voltage. Alright guys, so what I have here is a standard 3-way switch. This 3-way switch I'm going to be using to replace the old one. Now, 3-way switch has 3 terminals. You got your 2 gold ones and a black one. The gold ones on the top here are your travel wires. They could either be a red, black, or white, depending if the white's neutral or not. And then your black wire is your common. That's where the main line comes in to feed the switch, or comes from the second 3-way to power up the light or whatever it's powering up. And also, don't forget the green screw. That's your ground screw. First thing you always do is you want to ground it. If you want to put something together, make sure that you ground it first, no matter what, by putting a bare copper wire on there or green wire, whichever you have. Alright guys, so you see in there, you got 3 wires. Now these wires are a lot different from the ones I showed you before. This is like the old style Romex wire, where it's really made of cloth, made of mesh. You just twist your fingers together to break the insulation. Something I hate about my house is, since it's being built, it was built in 1920. They ran all this brittle Romex wire, which it's just made of cloth, which is really dangerous. What scares me about this place. But other than that, you know, this, I guess, this generally is a white, and that should be a red, because I can tell by the color of cloth there what color it is. So yeah, you got red, a white, and a black. And then one on the bottom there is your black wire, so that's the one that's going to the load. And the other 2 are your travelers right here, a white and red. So I'm going to take the old switch off. I'm going to take the old switch off, and I'm going to put the new one on and show you where each wire goes. Alright, so what I'm doing, guys, is my dikes here and cutting the old switch off. Okay, so now I'm going to get the new switch and put the new switch on here. And strip. First thing I want to do is take the old wires and strip them back to where they're appropriate length starts are supposed to be. So let's see here. Let's go. Maybe strip about that much off right here on the first wire. Take your strippers. You got 2 little holes here. You want to bend that clockwise. If I can get that on there. There, hold on. Sometimes it's tricky. There we go. So now you got your little bend right there. You can stick that on a wire terminal on the other new switch I got. Do the same thing for this one. Do the same thing. Take your strippers, bend that clockwise, and the one at the bottom. This is just see. I mean, look what I'm doing right now. I can just twist this old wire. You can just twist your fingers and it'll come right off the insulation. Scary, ain't it? So take your strippers again and bend a little loop clockwise like that. So I got my 3 bends, and now I'm gonna get the new switch and put it on. So I'm gonna use my screwdriver for the, or my needle noses for this, so I can get these get the wire on the terminal without any problems or issues. It's really hard to do. The problem with sometimes these old houses, they don't give you enough cable or enough slack in these wires. And like I said before, when you're going to install something new, don't ever cut yourself short. Give yourself maybe about 7 or 8 inches of wire sticking out of the box. Okay, let's tighten that down. Now, the reason why you want to go clockwise is because when you tighten the terminal down, the screw is going to turn clockwise, and so maybe it's going to grab that wire and twist it around it. Whereas if you went counterclockwise, it won't grab as much and it might come loose. But I know sometimes when people do these things, there are times they don't give you enough wire, you're going to have to go counterclockwise, which is a pain in the ass, but you got to do what you got to do. Alright, so I got one on, it's the other one here. Okay. Sometimes your wire doesn't want to get around all the way, so you gotta like push it with your needle noses and try to get it on there best you can. If you can't, and plus another thing that we could use your needle noses for is, you know, bending the wire around the terminal like this, as you see me doing here. There. Twist it. And there's Doug messing around. Doug, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's not really helping me that much, but oh. And the last terminal on the other side here. Alright, now this side, I'm going to have to go counterclockwise because there's no other way I can get the wire on there. Got it on there, and I'm just going to tighten it down. There we go. Now I'm going to put the wire back in the switch in the box, tighten her down, and that's going to be it. Hopefully you had no issues. So tighten that down. Tighten her down. Now, just note, another thing is, you guys didn't see me wrap wire around the grounding wire. Another thing about some of these old boxes is they don't have ground wire, a bare ground or a green wire. So it's going to be that means that this box right here and the switch isn't grounded, which is dangerous. There's nothing really I can do about it unless I want to run a whole new line up to here, just so it would be grounded. But I got the wire all in there. I'm going to go back and restore power and make sure that works. So, alright guys, so the power's back on now. Take your ticker, just double check, and put it all around the terminals. So you see it's blinking red. Show me that I got power back into the switch. Now hit that switch, power comes on. Problem solved. Now see what happened was, I believe in an old 3-way switch I took out of here, I think you have your 2 traveler wires right here, your 2 terminals up top. Your travel wire terminals. I think what happened was, when that switch got banged or bumped or something like that, maybe an arc fault inside that switch and broke the connection inside there, so one of the terminals. Because what happened was, the problem here, sometimes when you hit one switch at the bottom, you go upstairs and the light's off, the other switch won't light the light up. So it's telling me that there's a problem with one of the travel wires. Because then if you hit that other switch in the other position, you come back down, hit this switch, the light would come on. So I knew someone bumped the switch before and created a arc inside, or broke a connection inside. So that's why we replaced it with this one. So now that I got it working, I already went upstairs and I checked it out. It's working fine now. So like I said, we're to sum up here. So what we have, what I told you before, your three-way switch. You got your black terminal on the bottom for your load side, going to the light, or the side that the line coming in to power up the three-way. Your two travel wires run from your one three-way to another three-way. So that's all I got for you, blokes and shears. Stay tuned for some more how-tos. Still haven't figured out an idea to prank Jesse, but I think I got a group of friends coming together so we can form a plot and figure out something we can do to him. Alright, blokes and shears, that's all I got for you. Crocodile Buzz out.